How's it going, everyone? So today I want to talk about 5 reasons that you guys are not growing. So 5 reasons that you still look pretty well exactly the same as you did 6 months ago, a year, 2 years ago. What gives? Why do you still look exactly the same? Is the reason because you guys just aren't on a good program, or you haven't found the magic secret, or there's just one little thing that you guys are not doing right? Is there just that one little thing? Maybe you're doing 8 sets instead of 9 sets, or 5 reps instead of 6 reps. What's the problem? So hands down, the number 1 tip that I will give, hands down, the number 1 tip for you not growing is you are simply not eating enough calories. As simple as that. And the reason why you don't eat enough calories is because you do not track your macros. Don't track your calories. I know it sucks. It's actually super easy. I can track all my calories. If I forget to track my calories throughout the day, I can track everything in about 30 seconds. Hands down, 30 seconds. MyFitnessPal, boom, game over. I got all my calories for the day. I know how much I eat. If you don't know how many calories you eat, you have no idea how much weight you are gaining. So, when I do my bulks, I usually get up to about 205 pounds or so. Then I'll cut back down to like 180 or something like that. So I'll bulk for 10, 11 months, then I'll cut for 2 to 3 months. Now, when I'm bulking, every single month I have a certain amount of calories that I eat in order for me to gain 2 pounds of weight per month. So my first month that I started off my cut, when I was 180, I was eating, I believe, 3,250 calories. My second month of bulking, 3,450. Now on my third month, I'm eating 3,750 calories. I've already gained my 2 pounds for this month, or 1 pound so far. I still need another pound, and I will by eating the 3,750. So that will bring me to 186. The next month, I want to be 188 pounds. And this is in the morning, you guys, first thing in the morning. So then I want to be 188, so I'm probably going to have to eat around 3,900 calories or so. Then you just keep on doing that. So you keep adding calories until every single month you gain the 1 to 2 pounds that you're aiming to gain. It's really as simple as that. The reason people don't do that is they'll go into the gym, they'll bust their ass, they'll completely go to town on the weights, 5, 6, maybe even 7 times a week. They'll come home, they won't eat anything. And this is what makes me angry. They'll be like, yeah, but I ate a whole pizza. Yeah, you ate a whole pizza that was maybe 1,500 or 1,600 calories, and throughout the day you didn't eat anything at all. And then the next day you didn't eat anything at all. So unless you're eating a ton, unless you're tracking your calories, you have no idea what you ate. Eyeballing stuff is completely wrong. If you're wrong even by, let's say, 50 calories, you eat 8 meals a day, that's 400 calories that you're off by. 50 calories is literally like like a tablespoon of a sauce. So yeah, it's a very, very, very little margin for error. So you need to track your calories. You can't just eyeball stuff. Weighing your food is so easy too. Trust me, I used to be the same way. I used to think, wow, I'm not going to do that because it's super hard. I learned it's super easy now. It takes 20 seconds, 30 seconds tops. So that's the first one. You got to gain weight. If you never do this first one and never gain weight, you will continue to look the exact same weight, and there's no way around it. There's no amount of lifting weights that can fix that. You got to eat. Simple as that. Second rule is you are not progressively overloading, which means chances are you are doing a crappy program. So what are some good programs to follow? The best program to follow is one where there is no room for error. Simply put, you put in your max amount of weight that you can lift, your 1 rep max, and then it will give you a spreadsheet of numbers Monday through a Sunday on what you need to do for weights, what day you work out, etc. So what I like to do is, if you're a beginner, then do starting strength. It's very common. A lot of people do. A lot of people shit on the program. But for beginners, it's very important to learn that squat, the bench, and the deadlift. I cannot stress that enough. It's extremely important. So many people shit on that program. That's nice. Do the program. It works. So that program itself, you can't really do a spreadsheet on it, because it's just each week to week you try to add 5 to 10 pounds or such. Once you stop doing that, so once you get to around 275 pound squat, 315 deadlift or 330 deadlift, around that, and like a 185 bench, then you can move on to the Texas method or Mad Cows. Both are intermediate strength programs. Both have spreadsheets on the internet that will tell you each day what you are doing for weight, reps, sets, everything. There's no guessing. You go in the gym, you do your work, you're done. That's intermediate. You can be an intermediate for 2 or 3 years or even longer, depending on what your ceiling for growth is. After you get to around, I would say, a 500-pound deadlift at least, a 400-pound squat at least, around a 275 to 290 bench at least. Then you can move on to advanced programs such as Shaiko. That's the one I'm currently running. I love it. Advanced strength program for powerlifting. You don't have to be a powerlifter. You can do it if you're just strength training as well. And there's other programs as well out there that you can try and run. Personally, Shaiko is hands down my favorite, so that's what I do. So program is extremely important. You need that program. Why should you follow a program and not do your own thing? Well, the people that have written those programs have done 20 to 30 to 40 years of fixing things that were causing problems with other people, and that's why they made those spreadsheets, because they know what works. They know what works for the vast majority of people. Now, you could be extremely arrogant and say, you know, I'm the only one who knows my own body. That is complete horseshit. You don't know your body better than someone that has been in the game for 40 years. You may think you do, and you can say that all you want, but if you're constantly going inside the gym doing your 5 sets of 10 with exactly the same weight, once you get past a beginner, you can't just keep adding 5 pounds. You need to periodize your workout. And even if you're extremely good at doing programming, periodizing your program for long term can be very difficult. So that's why it's better to just go with those proven spreadsheets. And trust me, those spreadsheets can get you up to some big numbers. Like, I have no doubt in my mind, once I get up to 205, maybe 215, chance of that, I know for a fact I can probably do 700 pounds on my deadlift. So that's simply just by following people's programs. Like, very easy, you guys. Like, anyone can do it. Third problem. First was not gaining enough weight. 2 was your program issue. 3, not enough rest, not enough sleep. If you guys are going to bed at 1 in the morning, getting up at 6, 7, 5, 6 hours of sleep, that's simply not enough. In my opinion, you need around 7 to 9 hours-ish. Yeah, there's going to be the odd guy that needs 5 or 6 hours, whatever. Majority of people, 7 to 9 hours. You'll be good. You'll grow. And remember, building muscle is simply eating. You make the muscle bigger, you work out, it becomes smaller, you rest. As you're resting and eating, it gets bigger again. So it's literally, you lift weights, so you eat, you get bigger, you lift weights, you get a little bit weaker, you rest, you keep getting bigger, you keep eating, you get bigger. So it's like a curve. It's literally like this. You eat, you gain weight, you work out, you lose some, you sleep, you eat, you keep getting higher. That's how working out works. You do that over and over again, you get bigger, stronger, etc. 4th tip. Not enough protein. That's right, protein is the building blocks of building muscle. You don't need to go crazy. 1 gram per pound of body weight. Simple as that. The people that I'm talking about are some people, they'll go 25, 50 grams of protein all day. You need at least 1 gram per pound of body weight. You can even get away with 0.9 grams or 0.8. You don't need exactly 1 gram, but 1 gram is a safe bet. If you're not eating enough protein, you can't build the muscle. It's as simple as that. 5th tip. 5th tip. I actually don't know what the 5th tip is going to be, simply because those 4 tips are the main tips. And the 5th tip, that if I could think of one, which I can't, then it probably wouldn't do that much anyways. I will give you guys some more tips that stop. Actually, no, the 5th tip is going to be, do not worry about supplementation. Supplementation just blows my mind. If you're a natural athlete, like, I would say 90% of being a natural athlete is simply eating, tracking your calories. Like, that's 90% of training. The other, no, you know what? 50% would be the food. No, 90% would be the food. I would say your program would be about 5%, or I'd say about 8 or 9%, and then your supplementation about, I wouldn't even say supplementation's anything at all. I wouldn't even give it a percentage. I would give tracking your food 90%, your workout program 10%, and that's it. The reason for that is because tracking your calories, if you don't track your calories, and you can do any program in the world, it will never work. But if you eat enough food and you're in a caloric surplus, positive nitrogen balance for building muscle, and you do any program that's written by someone who knows about programs, then you'll gain weight off any single program. So the program isn't even that important as long as you're gaining enough weight. So end of video. This video has been long enough. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like the video and share it. Peace.